Hey, so on my end, it's certainly been a couple of days. Among other things, sudden gust of wind yesterday blew the chimney cap entirely off my house, so I deal today with having that replaced up there. So that was interesting. But anyway, it's all over now, so let's play a damn game. Um, so we're back with I guess this will be part five of Final Fantasy VII. This is Dan Plays, and I'm Dan, and of course this is the lovely Adrian. Look at the camera. There you go. All right. So last time we left off with basically up to the Gongaga part. I didn't even mean to get back in the car there because we're already at our destination. I am actually going to swap one of my characters out, I think for Yuffie, so I can do Steel, because we're going to run into the Turks right at the beginning here. Uh, I don't actually think they have any items worth stealing at this early point. There is a battle later against them where there are some pretty valuable items to steal from them, but just in case, we'll swap Yuffie in. Actually, I might put her in place of, yeah, we'll do that. So we'll get some materia onto her, including steel. Not necessarily Red's strong suit anyway. Yep, need that, and she'll get an all materia to go with her restore. We'll give her Tokomog as one of the summons. Let me actually see if I have a better armor for her. Um, but yeah, let's put that silver armlet on her. Actually forgot I got that, but it's probably not a bad idea to put it on Yuffie because I think she does have the lowest defense currently. Actually, no. Surprisingly, she's actually equal to Cloud. Well, with the silver armlet, but that will let us put at least one extra summon on her. Actually, not an extra summon. Anyway, yeah. All right, so we'll go with this lineup for now. Into Gungaga. Some of the story in this town does involve Eris, and I don't think it actually means you have to have her in your active party. I think she shows up, but I guess we'll find out. That's actually interesting, because if you do have Tifa in your party for boss fights involving Rude, at least this one, I think the next one later on in the game as well, he actually will never attack Tifa if she's in the party. I actually don't even get the boss music for this fight. So we'll try stealing from them again. I don't think they actually have anything all that valuable this time. And nothing to steal on what's his face there, Reno. And I think you only actually have to defeat one of them in this battle also. Grease lightning. Sandy. It's electrify, and I can't do my I can't do Travolta right now. I guess let's hit Choco Mom. See if we can freeze anybody here. I don't think that actually stopped anybody. Quite a noisy. I think Rito was frozen there, actually. A little hard to tell with his this little animation, but yeah, I think he actually was stopped after Chocobo. Lightning leveled up, and that's actually a weapon for Eris, sort of fairy tale. They actually had done this angle for impossible spies in your party. They kind of did that in Final Fantasy VI, also, with the part where when you go to the magic at the end of the Magitech factory, and it's kind of Kafka insinuates that Celeste was informing, which she wasn't, but kind of play that. And I guess actually, in retrospect, openly they did it in Final Fantasy IV, where Palin and Thorin were initially meant to kind of spy, not really spy, but to kind of keep an eye on Cecil when he went to the Mountain of Ordeals. Probably for Planet Steel, and then hit the break on red. I don't know if this thing has any good items or anything. So yeah, going to the reactor. If I recall correctly, I think the Titan summon is in the reactor here. Whatever he has, he doesn't want to give it up. Yeah, there's a little scene here. It kind of explains what happened to the reactor, and then if you look at it, you get a materia. I'm pretty sure it's the Titan summon spell, which is obviously Earth Elemental. You really want these pets right now, don't you, Aid? So, well, if you, pretty sure this is free to get it. Okay, that's a random battle, obviously. Gonna do the same thing again, yes. Okay, just Phoenix down, I guess. It might have a rare summon, or a rare steal, also. Oh, I got the patch, Chocobo. I don't remember having an issue with this before. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Oh, I can throw that on Yaffy just to try it out. Incidentally, one big thing that I never really noticed, I guess, or never thought about. One problem with the Brady Games guide for this game, um, they don't have a really good listing of the enemy skill abilities. Um, like they mention in the bestie area, they do mention like if an enemy has an enemy skill you can learn, but there isn't like a table that has all of the enemy skills that tells you what they do. So yeah, that's one big drawback to the Brady Games guide for this. I don't know how they missed that. Yep, that'll do it. Oh, good, a back attack with this thing. Let's try out Titan on him. Titan in this kind of looks like Super Macho Man from the Punch Out games. Has that like long white hair slash ponytail thing going. Yeah, we're kind of at the point where a lot of the material we've been using since the beginning of the game is starting to hit its second tier. Oh, good, a stop ability. wait for it to wear off on cloud. There we go. Pull off mod from the yes. And he got stopped again. So fantastic. That's probably slow, but I'm already stopped, so oh, come on. This is annoying. Alright, please take one of these things out at least. Thank you. Oh, well, can't push the top thing anymore at least. Yeah, I feel like they should have put like the first entrance should have gone to the town and the second to the reactor. We already went to the room of the reactor and saw the cutscene there, so you know they don't need to allude to it again. Time period. I forget what spells Mystify has. Actually, go up the fireman's pole here. Yes, up the fireman's pole like Stimpy. Weapons we've got here. Still the Yunnan Harbor stuff. That's too bad. I'm gonna take your treasure here anyway. Obviously a weapon for Kate Smith, so we'll swap him in to equip that after we exit town. I do need a room. Kind of cheating. On the way here. Wrong with that? Next potion. I think we already went to this building. Want some of those high potions. Alright, so I think we actually do need to swap Eris in, come back to that house. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll swap her and Acer then, just lift. Ah, nice. Death blow. Death blow. Well, when someone tries to blow you up, not because of who you are, but for different reasons altogether. Basically, that is when you do the death blow move, you have I don't know what the percentage is offhand, but you have a chance of either doing a critical hit or miss completely. I actually do have a new death for Eris as well. So yeah, the fairy tale, it's only normal materia growth instead of double, but you get 4 more materia slots on it. So, especially if you're, trying to use summons stuff on her, it's a while. So the white megaphone actually has 1 less materia slot, but it's the double, it's hates its double growth weapon, so we'll hang on to it, but I think for now, I'll actually not keep it on him. Alright, so, just in case we get attacked, all in there. One drawback with Eris with the 4 slots and the fairy tale is there are no link materia slots. So she can't have like a cure all. But bells on her. That fine materia on her too. Yeah, the fire already. Really just to level it up, I guess. Form on her. She is real low on HP, so we definitely want to keep her in the back row. Well, that's why we equipped everybody. We can actually learn a Frog song from him. Yes. Fortunately, it didn't hit Cloud with it. Darn it. The frog sprite, not sprite, but model, kind of reminds me of Vinny from modern day Heathcliff. Alright, so we did turn it. So, reason I'm putting Ramu on her, I guess. Oh, so close to level up on Cloud there. All right. Yeah. There's Ramen. So yeah, we'll get rid of that instead of that transform. So again, I think we're supposed to go that one house with Eris. Or maybe not. Maybe. Hmm. Oh well. I may have missed a little bit of dialogue by not having Eris there, but anyway. Actually, assuming the item shop sells them, grab a couple. Maiden's kisses. One was the item shop. One, I think. Okay. We'll be using red for like the next major done. Be going to be using red 13 for that, so we'll leave him out of the party for now. Nice. The level up we were looking for. Okay, so basically our next goal is to towards Cosmo Canyon here. Oh, good. Three frogs. Oh, it's not even three, it's six of them. God, this is gonna be an annoying battle. God. How y'all doing today? This is gonna take a while, so on, Eris. Get that Ramu casted. Oh, like as soon as one of the characters becomes active again, they just get frogged right away again. Thank you for getting that cast. Jeez. All right, well that'll help. Get it inside. Oh, and they're all asleep now. That is so annoying. I should have. I know they had white capes for sale. I think they protect frog. Should have bought some of those. All right, eat bolt too. Hey, let's not do that again. Well, at least that makes it somewhat worth it. Here's where you get close to Cosmo Canyon. This guy starts to change. Kind of a neat effect. This is seen you before at a Condor. I don't think this guy has any enemy skills or anything, but we can manipulate him. Okay. Or not. Oh, there's a scripted event that basically forces you to stop in Cosmo Canyon, which is the next free element. Anyway, that doesn't sound good. Told us a lemon, Dio. Actually, he didn't sell it. He gave it to us, but I guess that's why he gave it to us. Insurance isn't gonna pay for that. There's no lemon laws in Midgar. Great music here. This whole game is great music. I mean, Uematsu didn't miss in this era. I would say really never missed at all, but anyway. This is where we learn Red 13's real name, and in fact, I often actually name him Nanaki from the beginning because this game doesn't have a way to change character names. Like, there's no rename card like in 6 or naming way like in 4 or anything, or the new in Chrono Trigger. Cosmo, Jerry, Cosmo Canyon. From now on, that's who I'm gonna be. I'm Cosmo. Sith has to say. Not much. There's a lot of places like that where each character has different dialogue if you have them in your party at certain points where they appear on screen like this. All over the world gather here to seek the study of planet life. So in other words, it's a pretty cool hippie commune. Kind of reminds me of where I went to college. I don't know what kind of a noise that is to make in the middle of this conversation. Unga! That last line, Nanaki is Nanaki, that obviously becomes even more redundant if you've already named him Nanaki in the beginning. Actually, maybe you might even be required to say no to this guy. Car Broka down. I think that was a translation error, Broka, but I find it rather amusing anyway. Nobody mentions that one like this guy are sick, but yeah, I like the car Broka down. Yeah. Um. So yeah, there it is. This door in the background is actually kind of hard to see. I think I missed this building entirely on my first playthrough. Yeah, thanks. Could be a little happier about bringing them back here. There might be somebody or something in that room later. Yeah, might as well. So I know we missed one. We didn't get the one yet in the Ghost Hotel and the Gold Saucer, but I don't think we missed two. Already number five though. The only one that's permanently missable is the one in the Sugar Headquarters, and we got that one. So not a huge deal, but we check because I think they did put that in the location of the Turtle Paradise flyers in the guide. So I'm cheating. Uh, so first flyer we got that one. Second one headquarters. Third one Ghost Hotel. Oh, there's another one in Cosmo Canyon. There's one at the armor shop. So we'll get that here too. And there's actually only one left, except that we did not get the one in Gold Saucer, so we'll get to get that at the second pass there. Yeah, there's actually a building over here, so check that out, and then we'll go the way the game actually wants us to go here. Standard item shops there. Looks like there's a lot more to this shop that you can actually go back there. I don't believe that was something that was in development, or maybe I'm just forgetting. Maybe you can go to that area later. I don't think you can, but hey, buddy. Just stayed at the end, dude. Yeah, here's the fourth one. So there are actually some weapons here that are going to be refined. Yeah, we'll get that butterfly edge for Cloud. may have to use Red for this part. He actually, I think, already has that weapon. And who else should I bring to the next dungeon? I'm thinking, I mean, if we use Eris, we don't need to buy her weapon because I don't think we want to upgrade from the fairy tale. Prison staff does have better attack power, but that's not what Eris for anyway. Hi, Tabby. We can both be here. You can, in fact, coexist. You don't need to rub your face on everything, Tabby. Use those again. Just in case we decide to use Guppy or instead of Eris. Yeah. Guppy's weapon there. Yeah, the Force Stealer has the double area growth, but Flyod has an extra slot and it's stronger. So. What do we want to put on him? Just give Cloud Death Blow. Right. Alright. Ow. Ow. Claw. Settle down. A lot of areas in Cosmo Canyon. Hey, you can coexist. I've seen it. Plus, that's tempting for Eris. Yeah, for so loaded up with summon spells and stuff. Uh, we could get it on the way back. I think we can find all of the party members around town, so let's do that real quick before we actually go to whoever we're supposed to go. We saw Kate sit there. Yes, again, I know it's cat, but hard to get out of the habit of what we thought were the right pronunciations when we didn't know any better. Again, no, I'm pretty sure it's actually Yuffie, not Yuffie. Still Yuffie to me, damn it. Guess, other party members to be found around here? Maybe not. Maybe it's in that one. star. Oh, Eris is in here. And come on. Yeah, I forget where Barrett and the others are. I think that's everybody, right? Tifa. Tifa's somewhere. I assume. Anything up there? You think Yuffie would up? Oh well. There we go here. Well, at least I'm numerically younger than at least one of the characters in this, although, in his species, that's actually way younger than I am. Giving a video game collecting Facebook page here. That scene goes on. Yeah, somebody apparently bought a storage auction uh, that had like 400 copies of Ice Hockey for NES Seal, like new old stock of ice hockey games. I want $100 a piece for them. I already have, a copy of it. Anyway, it's actually kind of interesting about this, the whole like streaming planet. Like there actually are like you can find like they've done like audio not recreations but like audio adaptations of like the frequencies made by different planets, and some of them actually do make noises like this. And I don't remember if that was known yet or not when this game was made. Long guy with the mother of all Cowlicks. Alright, so it wants us to find another party member to go with. And I'm trying to remember, do you actually have to find them like in the field here, or can you just go to the save point and use VHS? That would make it a lot easier. Oh, now he actually shows up. Stuff. Alright, let's bring. Oh, everybody's eating up now. Let's bring Eris. Barrett. Actually, haven't used Barrett in a bit. So. And this is not even for the machine, so I won't bother equipping them. I think I'm actually going to use Yossi for the dungeon. Alright, let's go see Bugenhagen's apparatus. So this is pretty cool. I'd like to go in this for real. Actually, Bugenhagen, I have a question. If the spirit energy is what's holding this planet together. What's holding the planets together that don't have life on them? Anything up there? I'll just like, get stuck on the ladder. Even knew you could go up here. No real reason to. Alright, how do you get down? Oh, on that one. Oh, no trigger proof. There's nothing like a good campfire cutscene here. I think we want to talk to Red last. I think talking to him probably triggers the next event. Yeah, next. Really are you, right? Remind who I am. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? So, yeah, let's use Ralphie for now. I don't know. Yeah, why not? Okay, deal. So the cave we're going to has a lot of undead in it. Probably mostly. I don't remember, are they weak to fire, or is it a fire elemental cave? I'm not sure. We can always switch. If it's the wrong one. Do a couple summons on her, but I will put that time there. Level that up. Give her the heal. And I guess the fire until we found otherwise. Oh, we actually equip red too. Actually, let's let him use manipulate for now. We'll actually give him ice. So. Alright. Actually see what that silver bar it was. I was thinking that was the one he already had, but that being said, Red does actually get another weapon at the end of this sequence, so really worth buying the silver bar at anyway. I don't think I really have anything I want to sell, so we'll have to stay on the previous gen weapon here, but that's okay. Again, at the end of this whole dungeon, he'll have a new weapon that's, I'm pretty sure, better than the silver bar anyway. It kind of reminds me of the thing coming out of the barrel. That kind of reminds me of like where a switch will be hidden in Mist or something, or perhaps Riven, the sequel to Mist. Yeah, Bogenhagen does not actually fight or anything, so he technically joins our party, but he's just in it for the cutscenes. Reminds me of the Wookiee hole from Battletoads. What was that, stage 2 in Battletoads, I think? The Wookiee hole. Kind of an unpleasant sounding level name. Yeah, I think we're gonna, if I remember right, we're gonna see a lot of undead in the area. Death Sentence, I believe, is an enemy skill. I think Cloud can learn that. Let's see if we can manipulate this thing. Spin what we do. Yep, there we go. There it is. Squeeze me. The strange looking rocks in the holes, I think, are actually switches. That's what that flow does. Again, it's either a critical hit or a miss. Nothing in between. There's the hit. When it works, it works. Quit hitting Yuffie. Jeez, what did he do to you? Chocomat leveled up. When the summons level up, it basically just gives you extra casting of the summon for each level. Just the map of this room. Trying to work on those things. Doesn't predict how I do again. No haste and defense plus. That's not bad. We can bank that. 2 on the floor here. You can only walk over if you're on lift. Yeah, Red 13, he's definitely the first quadrupedal player character in the Final Fantasy series, but he's not the first non-human. Um, would be the first non-human character that you can play as in a Final Fantasy game. I guess it would be like Fusoya in 4, right? I guess even Cecil is find out half Unitarian in 4, but he's trying to avoid using his litter just to save it for boss or something. But yeah, who would be all of the non-human characters? Because I think there were any in 2. There were a number of guest characters in 2, but I think they were all human. Um, 3, they were all human. 1, obviously, they were all human, presumably. But they were, of course, not preset characters in 1 and 3 either. Um, yeah, 4 had Fusoya, and arguably Cecil, again, is half human. Golbez, for the brief period, he actually isn't controlled, but he does appear on the player and character's side in one story battle. Uh, 5, they were all human in 5. 6, there was Mog, Umaro. You could argue Terra, again, is half human. Um, Arguably Gogo. Really know what Gogo is, what or whom. Really, the official explanation is that Gogo's just Gogo. That's the Gogo from Final Fantasy V that carried into 6. And then going forward, I guess everybody in 8 was human. A reasonable facsimile thereof in the case of Zell. Was there anything hidden here on this side? Time had well, I mean, you find out what Zidane itself is later in the game. So Zidane, um, Well, I'll just use it. Yeah, VII Queen, obviously. Easy. And had Kimari. I guess you could argue Orin, like he was human, but turns out, spoiler, turns out he's actually a ghost, so that still count as human. It's wild to me that Waka and Kimari had the same voice actor as Bender on Futurama, among many other characters, of course. But yeah, I didn't know that for a long time. I only found that out, within relatively recent memory. Expect Waka to say something like, "Yeah, bite my shiny metal ass, yeah." I think the next room is the one with like five possible paths. I don't think there's any save points in this whole cave. So, second one is the one you actually have to go through. First tunnel, fifth. So we just found that out. Second and fourth tunnels, I'm using the guide for this done because this one is a little annoying to navigate. Second and fourth tunnels take you against fights against fingers. And the second one is the one you actually have to go through, so we'll save that one for last. We'll do one here first. They call that the stinger. They don't let you use that no more. I think these things are pretty hard. Right? Stop it with the Choco mode. Oof. Yeah, that's what it does. Ah. Oh, that didn't. I guess the Sting Bomb. I guess it's the percentage attack. It's raw damage. Probably doesn't have anything to steal. But, all right, survives the ice too. Anyway, I even got a full step there. That one doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so I think one more stinger fight. Cast Seer first. Ring. Nice. That- Oh, okay. try this thing. So terrible they put two of my characters on limit break right before a boss fight. Oh shoot. Unread too. Oh, well. That's how you get that. Easier than it looks. High encounter rate in this cave though. Right. Aren't gonna last long. Alright, so I believe it's the boss fight after this room. Alright, so this boss potentially you can cheese. It's undead, so you actually can just throw a Phoenix down on it. Kill it that way. It also does the Rex Soul thing from Final Fantasy VI, where it'll like possess your party members. But we'll fight it straight up. It's not as critical to like kill party members that get possessed. Ignore it, actually. I actually forget. I don't think this heals. It'll heal the flames, but I don't think it'll heal the main boss. Only a lot of damage anyway. So if we do get into a pinch, we can just throw the Phoenix down on it. We can potentially cast Pokemon twice now. Gotta level up on that. you licking my face? Oh, it tickles so much. Why are you doing that? Mwah. Hey, got him. It's actually a little bit of a tricky boss fight there. But yeah, again, if you run into trouble, just Phoenix down and gas life, elixir. You probably don't want to waste an elixir on it, but yeah, you can cheese that one. Oh, one here. really have anything to add there, but good scene. So we do get red back, obviously. So yeah, we'll give Yossi a break. Gonna go and use leveled and not leveled at this point. Once Case catches up to the others, I'll swap him out for probably Barrett because we haven't used Barrett much in a while. Actually, we'll get one more character, at least one more in this part, probably just one. I'm thinking we'll probably go up to Rocket Town, but not go into it, so we probably won't get the last new character there. So I am actually gonna. Oh, it did refill us. Okay. I was gonna say I will stop at the end. But let's go back to the weapon shop and just kind of pick up whatever else we need there. Skip the prison staff, and I think we can skip the silver barrette too. Um, actually got one new megaphone, 4 cases. Let's actually check this new one he has. So that's actually an even weaker version of the white one, but it does have one more double growth slot, which I think means we could probably safely sell off the white one, keep the black one if we want to, use the double growth one again. Yeah, so flash too. So I will get that. And yeah, red should have a new weapon too. That says actually we could probably safely sell off the wizard staff since we have the wiser staff now. So let's swap red in. Yeah, the Seraph Comb is like way better than most of the weapons red will have for a while. So we'll put that on him. I don't think silver barrette. So I'll just load up on silver armlets for everybody who doesn't already have one. Hey, scratch that. Hey, stop scratching that. Alright, so I'll probably actually keep the. Well, this actually has 4 slots on it, so yeah, I will get one for Eris. So, buy 5 of those. I guess Case this game with silver, right? Tiger Fang was actually like one of the best, I think the best weapon for Savin in FF6. That was like just a mid-range thing for Zika. And Yuffie, I think, pretty well set, but I think we already put a silver on her. Alright, so there's an Eris for now. Alright, so fix Furia which Eris now does have lots. She can use and I'm actually going to keep one slot open, and let's see if we can sell enough here to do. Let's see if we can sell enough to be able to get the HP plus. And the Wizard staff, so keep the wiser one. All these. I guess we could ditch the 4 slots too. You can buy those somewhere, I believe. Kind of sad to see that go since we got that from the one puzzle in the Shinra building. I don't think that's quite enough to buy the. Well, we could sell the Diamond 10 too. And I forgot to do that. Sell the yellow M phone. Be worthless. Close. Alright, that should be enough. So let's that little mysterious door. Iris. It's actually not too bad, but because we put like all the summons on her right now, she is kind of hurting for HP. So like that. All right, so now we can head out. We're gonna head for Nibelheim. Prophecy that this while we're here. I will do that. Catch you later. All right, so car's fixed. I doesn't have anything we want to or can learn. think I'm actually going to step outside now. Pop public power in. We do want to try to find all of the Black Cape guys, because a lot of them have items. In case it's caught up, so. And actually, with this lineup, everybody's in the back row, so that's a nice little added bonus. I think I'm going to put Death 12 on Barrett, also. He still has the Chocobo lure. Yeah, I'm not going to put too many spells on him. Get that heal on Cloud just double it up. Cloud doesn't have a lightning? Huh. I think that was by intent. Lightning back. Barrett's probably good to go with what he has here. Put that there for aesthetics' sake. But yeah, this ends Death Bow. Yeah, that's probably good for Barrett. Because you don't want to load him up too much. I should actually pop a save outside town too. Okay. Exploring town and we'll be going into the Shinra mansion. Okay. I just love it when you get hung up on scenery and it sends you through a doorway. Get it and bring it to Sephiroth. Don't worry, we already went through Tifa's underwear door. That stuff's already long gone. Tifa's has us two refrigerators side by side. Rather odd. Just like her dad's beer cooler or something, one of them. Platinum Fist actually, that may be better than what we just bought. We'll find out. So I don't actually know if you can even do it now, but if you play a certain tune on piano there, you'll get, I think it's the item for Tifa's top limit break. It's the tier 4 limit breaks you actually have to find and use an item on the character for after they've learned all of their previous limit breaks. They don't just learn them naturally. If I remember right, Cloud's Omni Slash is a pain to get. I think you have to get that through that battle. The gold saucer. Rid of the box with the most oxygen. So that's in the little, like, conservatory room, which is somewhere. I'm actually not. I believe the player's guide does just tell you what the solution to the safe combo is, but I'll play it fair. I'm you look it up. It'd be better than what we have for cases already too. Some of the enemies in this mansion are kind of a pain too. A lot of them do status effects like Cloud just got muted. I believe that enemy is called Dorky Face, by the way. Dorky Face. They actually kind of remind me of Ikebod Clay from Clay Fighter 1. Here's a reference for you. Twin Viper, I think that's for Barret, remember right? Oh no, that's for Yuffie. We'll check all those new weapons after we man here. Where's that conservatory room? This is it. Enemy launcher. That one is for the crit. Gives him an extra materia slot, but we're not really using that much materia for Barrett, so I think we just keep what he has. Alright, so right 36. Oh, it's Bar Simpson's locker combination. 36, 24, 36. Oh, cool. I knew that was an enemy skill. I'm sure I did, but I must have not. Or because again, almost every playthrough I just keep enemy skill on Cloud, so I'm sure I must have gotten that, unless they just didn't target him in other playthroughs. There's got to be some gimmick to these guys that I haven't figured out yet. Probably if they're leaning one way, they're susceptible to magic, and the other way, they're susceptible to physical. I'm guessing that's it. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, I think that's it. And every time I hit them, they switch. So they're what were the enemies in Chrono Trigger that did that? The jugglers in Magus's castle. They did that thing. I actually forgot that. That was a killer enemy. Here's the stage. Alright, so we have right 36 for number one. Find the ivory short of key and Ryan. That's I don't know. Let's just get all the clues in one shot here so we don't have to keep coming back to the letter. Peek in the floor at 5 steps. That's we'll find it. Right there on the second floor. Ah, I need to yeah, push up to go to the bottom. Oh, and it just gives you the last one. All right, so we go to the piano, and then chair upstairs. So where was the piano? There it is. Quirky faces. Might even be worth like stepping outside and like healing and maybe even switching characters before we go to the basement after fighting all these things. I like doing that after we open the safe, basically. Oh, come on. So I don't think you have to play it to get the combo that just like shows those two keys are missing. I think it's just on the floor, like behind the piano. So right 36, left 20. Now we'll go upstairs. And again, I'm fully aware I can just look this up in the player's guide, but where's the fun in that? Out these mofos. Oh, I guess Confuse doesn't work on summons. That's good to know. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because summons can't target your characters except, I guess, like Phoenix. I think that's the only one in this game. Golem's not in this game. I think Phoenix is the only one in this one that has an effect on your party. I think I actually just remembered the password just offhand. Incidentally, or the combination rather. But so yeah, let's just go to the space. Try it. But again, I think I remember as the combination. Eaters. think that's the third number. Ah, that's fine. I think it's 36, 10, 59, 97. Got it. But there is a boss fight in the safe, which I didn't know. I remembered that. Yeah, the gimmick with this guy is if like the last blow of his first phase is physical, it defaults him to his magic side, and then vice versa. So this party should be pretty well suited for either version. We'll put up a big card. Yeah. I think he does get pretty much 2 attacks per turn. I think we stopped him. Sweet. Yeah, there's the throw physical attack on it. Why not? Oh, he's moving again. Oh, killed him without him even splitting. I don't know if I've ever done that. I mean, stopping him partway through certainly helped. The Cosmo memory, that's actually the item that gives Red 13 his most powerful uh, limit break. We can't use it yet because obviously he doesn't even have past level 1, but then we get Odin for trouble. So I think it's actually probably worth going outside and using, we can actually just go to the end instead of using up a 10, and then we'll go to no more boss fights, but no, I might even step outside and already yet. Tifa's lagging. I'll go ahead and keep Barrett for now. But there's actually I'll put Tifa in Barrett's place actually. We won't go too heavy magic wise on Tifa. Since we're using Eris, we won't go too heavy magic wise on Tifa. We'll kind of use her as a physical fighter for now. But, to the basement here. Then we'll actually get our next character down here. Wonder when Tifa got that. We haven't used her in a while, so I wonder when she actually got that. Great built up. Not much to ask to just walk down a small flight of stairs without getting attacked. If this guy has anything that's stealing. He does not. These things have too much HP for their own goods. And their animations take way too long to play out. Finally. Alright. Oh, supposed to have a key for that, which I thought you got from opening the safe. Like, look in the safe again. Something. Up those stairs again. Go back up. Of course, to make it take longer. This mofo again. Oh yeah, Jesus. There we go. And now we can open that door. Of course. Oh. Well, I guess that still worked. That's actually kind of cool. That we automatically have reflect on them. Makes sense, obviously. Uh, oh, if this thing's animations take any longer, come on. Yeah, okay, he's happy. He casts ice on Tifa again. He's God, come on. Who animated this thing to take 10 years to cast a spell? Thank you. That was clearly worth all the effort. Alright, there we go. Of course, this is from the 90s, so we have to have our dark, edgy goth character. I only have nightmares, but none of them are as much of a nightmare as everyday living. Oh, thank God we don't have to actually listen to the recap. The moment I live is pain. Alright, so I think that's all we need here. Looking at the clock, I was gonna go to up to Rocket Town, but I don't think I think it would be better to pick up with Mount Nibble and then going on to Rocket Town after that next time. So once we get out of town, we'll like manage the party and then call it quits for this time. Vincent probably, yeah, he starts a couple levels ahead of everybody we have currently. So we'll wait on actually using them. Thing again. Really sick of seeing this thing. Yeah, would you stop? You don't have to rub your face on that again. Come on. Caddy. Alright. So can't buy ethers here. It's kind of unfortunate. We also have to ditch the car for a while. Alright, so let's party management here. First, check out Vincent. Stop rubbing your face on that. Knock it over again. Abby, get down. Stop it. So yeah, we can finally use that peacemaker we've been carrying around since Calm Down. Actually, before I forget, put Vincent in the back row because kind of like Yuffie, pretty much all, actually not even pretty much, all of his weapons are long range. Again for this part. I'm gonna do two for swap that when one of the two catches up. Nice spot. Alright, that should be good. Alright, so I think that's a good stopping point for tonight. So thank you for watching. Tabby, this naughty cat, thanks you as well. So yeah, hit like, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and I'm going to sign off before you keep smelling, rubbing your face on the camera and the computer, and possibly knocking them over, right? Right? Alright, so yeah, like, subscribe, ring the bell. We'll see you again for part, let's see, this was part 5, so next one would be part 6. This is going to be a lot of parts for this game. I don't know how long this one takes. I think it actually takes longer than, like, 6. And, certainly longer than Mario RPG. There'll be more parts than that, which I think I did that in 6 or 7 parts, was it? Look it up. Uh, actually, I did Mario RPG in 7 parts. So, yeah, this will be longer than that, definitely. I think Mystic Quest was 6 parts, Chrono Trigger was 11. Um, Final Fantasy VI was 13 parts, plus I did an extra one of the Japanese version. And Symphony of the Night was 5 parts, so that was the shortest full 5 part game I've done. So yeah, this will be, I'm guessing, probably at this rate, the longest, since we're 5 parts deep and all of them still on disc 1. So yeah, we'll keep plugging away anyway. Next time, we should be able to go through Mount Dibble, Rocket Town. Might do the Wutai side quest at that point, since we can get to it then. And then it's onto the Temple of the Ancients, and then finally the City of the Ancients to round out Disc 1. So it'll probably be at least 2 more parts just to get to Disc 2, honestly. So yeah, this will be a long series. But anyway, yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.